my name is Vidisha Bakchi and I teach a pre-K class. So the book that I wanted to do for this assignment and something that I actually have read in my class, which I do read around the Mid-Autumn Festival, which fell on October 1st this year, is Round is a Mooncake, which is a book about shapes, and it's written by Roseanne Thong and illustrated by Grace Lynn. So this is the Epic version of the book, and Epic is actually a really good website if you're not familiar with it, for educators, parents, and students alike to really have access to great library books just over the internet. So if you are remote teaching or remote learning, I think this is a great resource as well. So moving forward, the book, Round is a Mooncake, it talks about a little bit about the girls' Chinese American culture and incorporates it in such a way where it's relatable to all the students in the class as well. Round is a mooncake. Round is the moon, round are the lanterns outside my room. And I would ask students, where do you see lanterns? Where are they hanging from? And what color is the mooncake that she's holding in her hand? What color is the moon? What are the shapes of them? Round is a pebble that I found, a bowl of goldfish that make no sound. And here I would ask, why do you think that the bowl of goldfish or the goldfish make no sound? If they're quiet, can you think of some other pets that are also quiet? And can you think of some pets that are loud? And where are some places in this page that you see other round things, like the blue mat under the goldfish bowl is also round? Round are the rice bowls in our house. Round are the eyes of my curious mouse. And here there are chopsticks on the table, so we would talk about chopsticks. Do you use chopsticks at home, or have you seen mommy or daddy use chopsticks at a restaurant? What kind of restaurants do they use chopsticks in, and what do they eat with their chopsticks? So this is a good introduction to how we eat different kinds of food, which kind of ties into one of my peers read aloud here also, that I know did a book about how we eat different foods, or the different foods we eat. Round is a ball that spins and twirls, and the happy faces of boys and girls. Round are cups of jasmine tea at a table beneath a tree. And here we would ask, what are other round things that you see? Like the teapot, and something that's also round is the collar around the cat, and the muffins on the table. Square is a checkerboard in the park. Square is my name, Chop's inky mark. So we will talk about the different places you see a square on the page. Square are tofu and radish cakes. Square are the sweets that the bakery makes. And here there are cookies that have squares in them. So they're round cookies, but inside them are little squares. So we see different shapes on the page. Square is the box that pizza comes in, and dim sum made by Mrs. Chin.
Dim.
Square is the basket where kittens sleep, and square is a box for secrets I keep. Square is a window with a view. Square is my room and my family's house too. I can name more square things, can you? Here we'll talk about different things that are square and things that they see. We have square blocks, wooden blocks at the block center, so I would hold that up. And our meeting area has different shapes in them, so I would point to the square. And then something else that's square in our classroom, I would ask students, maybe 2 or 3 students to look around the classroom for something square. Rectangles are inking stones, paintbrush racks, and mobile phones. Popo's favorite Chinese lace, a very special pencil case, and her pencil case is a rectangle. Rectangles are sacks of rice, an abacus to tell the price. An abacus is something that they use where she is to tell the price of the rice, and it's used to do math. And I know this can be a little difficult for pre-K students to understand, but I think it's important to introduce it to them either way, just so they're familiar with the concepts. A puppet stage and homemade tickets. Rectangles are homes for crickets. Over here is a rectangle. So before we saw that goldfish live in a round or a round bowl, and crickets live in a a rectangle bowl. Lucky money on a tree, envelopes for you and me. Rectangles are books for fun, a bed to sleep in when day is done. Can you name another rectangle? And we can look around the classroom for rectangles. We have big rectangular paper in our art center. There's also rectangular paper under our easel. We have rectangular wooden blocks. And our tables are rectangular, our cots are rectangular. So there are a lot of things in the classroom that I could point to or students can navigate to that are rectangle. Some of the shapes found in this box, and this is just the different places where it talks about in this book you can find some shapes, so it's just a reference for all the shapes in the book. And this is the end. Now I think that since it's a math book, it makes it very relatable to all of the students in the classroom, because I really do think that math is a universal language. And no matter where our students are from, they can identify shapes, they can relate to it, they can understand them, and that's the connection, across the classroom. And then meanwhile, it's also teaching our students a little bit about Chinese American culture. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing your read alouds. Bye.